The Shepherd King is an epic retelling of the life of King David, one of the most beloved and complex figures in the Bible. From his humble beginnings as a shepherd boy to his rise as the King of Israel, the film explores David's journey through battles, betrayals, love, and repentance. It captures the heart of a man after God's own heart, whose life was marked by both triumphs and deep personal flaws. The film opens in the pastoral hills of Bethlehem, where young David, the youngest son of Jesse, tends his father's sheep. He is a musician and a poet, with a deep faith in God. One day, the prophet Samuel visits David's family and, under God's direction, anoints David as the future king of Israel, much to the surprise of his family. Soon after, Israel faces the threat of the Philistines, and their champion, the giant Goliath, mocks the Israelite army. David, delivering food to his brothers at the battlefield, is outraged by Goliath's defiance. With nothing but a sling and a few stones, David confronts Goliath, declaring his faith in God. He defeats the giant with a single stone, becoming a hero overnight. The people of Israel celebrate David, singing, "Saul has slain his thousands, but David his tens of thousands," planting the seeds of jealousy in King Saul's heart. David's fame grows as he becomes a successful warrior and is taken into King Saul's court. He forms a deep friendship with Saul's son, Jonathan, and marries Saul's daughter, Michal. However, Saul's jealousy of David intensifies, and he repeatedly tries to kill him. David is forced to flee, becoming a fugitive. During this time, David gathers a band of loyal followers and lives in the wilderness, all the while showing mercy to Saul, refusing to harm God's anointed king, even when given the chance. David's struggles in the wilderness are depicted with a focus on his leadership qualities, his strategic mind in battles, and his deep reliance on God. Despite the hardships, David remains a man of faith, writing psalms that express his anguish, trust, and hope in God. Saul eventually dies in battle, and David is anointed as king over Judah. After years of conflict, he is later anointed as king over all Israel. His reign is marked by significant achievements, uniting the tribes of Israel, capturing Jerusalem, and bringing the Ark of the Covenant to the city, establishing it as the political and spiritual center of the nation. David's kingdom prospers, and he dreams of building a temple for God. However, God sends the prophet Nathan to tell David that this task will fall to his son. God also makes a covenant with David, promising that his descendants will rule Israel forever. This promise brings David great joy, and he responds with humility and gratitude. At the height of his power, David commits a grave sin that becomes a turning point in his life. He sees Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah, bathing on a rooftop, and succumbs to temptation. He has an affair with her. And when she becomes pregnant, David tries to cover it up by ordering Uriah's death in battle. God sends the prophet Nathan to confront David, telling him a parable that exposes his guilt. David is crushed by the weight of his sin and repents deeply, penning Psalm 51 as a cry for mercy and forgiveness. Though God forgives David, the consequences of his actions ripple through his family and kingdom. His household is plagued by strife, including the rebellion of his son Absalom, who attempts to overthrow him. David's life is marked by personal loss and the painful consequences of his sins.